Hello, and welcome to our lecture here, a recording for Module 3. Again, this is for General Biology 1, Bio 120. Let's go ahead and get started as to what to expect or what is due for this week in Module 3. So hopefully you can see my screen here. Module 3 is going to look at, last week we looked at biodiversity, so we're going to build a little bit more on that in terms of how we classify life. We use taxonomy, inclusion of species and genus, and these are things that you may have heard of before. Looking at just the basic level of organization is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. One has a nucleus, eukaryotes, and one does not, prokaryote. And how you remember that? You, as a human, you have a nucleus, so you are a eukaryote. So the module introduction here, again, is looking at different objectives here in terms of level of organization and articles and biological concepts as well. The overview here, you can take a look at the overview, just looking at the three main classifications of biology in terms of the domains of life: archaea, eukarya, and bacterium, or bacteria. And then your readings and resources. So for this week, take a look at one section in chapter 20.1, lists the different levels of organization, and then take a look at chapter 4, looking at the unit of life, which is the cell. There's also there's an article and some videos to go along with your readings as well. So your discussion this week is going to be about bacteria. There's some videos here to take a look at in a Word document here. So you are going to explain why antibiotics target bacteria, but not human cells, and how the misuse of excess or excess use of antibiotics is responsible for things like MRSA or other superbugs. So very important concepts and things that we deal with because there's a lot going on in terms of antibiotic-resistant bacteriums. And then in your response to your peers' posts, you can discuss the benefits and risks on human health by antibiotic use in livestock production. So again, your initial post is due by Thursday, and your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday. And then your 3-2 milestone 1 assignment is an outline. So you're going to choose a topic, and I'll go to the guideline and rubric here. And any one of your choice, or if there's not one on here, email me and let me know, and that way I can approve it. And you're going to create an outline here of section 1 and the topic of critical elements section 2. And you'll use this outline to create your PowerPoint presentation for your final presentation and your final project that's due. So here's a list of topics: population ecology, human population, genetic modification, and then the 2 specific sections here where you're going to do an intro and then a where, how, and who discussion in your outline. And then here's the rubric here. So again, your initial discussion post for bacterium is due on Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses due on Sunday, and then your topic outline also due on Sunday. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to some great discussions about MRSA and bacteriums and the overuse of antibiotics in our discussion this week.